it would be cumbersome to enter the data one by one, so it's better to just import the files with the data. So now we have 3 files in our folder. They're called data house prices, all of them, but one is a CSV file, one is a text file, and one is an Excel file. And in order to get the data from these files read into our program, we need to use a library or a module called pandas. So I'm going to install pandas now, like opening here, py-m pip install pandas. So now it's downloading pandas and it's installing the pandas package. So here we see that, well, we successfully installed pandas 203. So we are now ready to import our data files. But first we have to import or load the module, import pandas as PD. We run this, and of course we forgot something important. So here we have the import, and we put that at the top because that's where the imports should be. And now we can start importing our data. So for example, we just call it data because we are creative. And we imported the module, pandas module, as PD, which means that we can write PD dot to access the functions within pandas. And it has a read CSV file or function, and our data file is data has prices.csv. And if we just run this, we see that it ran very well. And if we look here, we have a data structure called data. And what's important to notice is that it's of a type data frame, which we have not seen previously. And it's of the size 21, 11, which means that it has 21 rows and 11 columns. If we would like to see this data frame in our window here, we could click this Show Variable Snapshot in Data Viewer. Let's do that. And here we see what we are working with. What's quite important to notice is that the index is starting at 0, which means that even if we have index 20 here, we have 21 rows in our data set. When we are going to select different rows, this might be important. So we'll get back to that. And we can see that we have price, we have square meters, year built. So this is obviously houses, and more importantly, they are apartments. So you have the floor, it's at number of bedrooms, bathrooms, first floor, whether or not it's on the first floor. If it is, this is 1. If it's not, it's 0. So it's a dummy variable or a Boolean variable. If it has a balcony or terrace, parking space, whether the apartment is in Oslo or not. In this case, we only have 2 cities here, Oslo and Trondheim. When you import data, it's really important that you just go through all the variables and check that you understand what they actually mean. Okay, so that was the CSV file. So what if we would like to import the text file? Well, actually, we can use the same function for the text file. So if we just click this text file up here, sorry, we can see that it contains the same information as the other file, but this is tab delimited. Okay, so now we have a tab delimited text file. We can just make the data.txt. We make use of the read CSV function, and we have data house prices.txt. Okay, but now we have to specify the separator, and the separator is the tab. Like special characters, they are often denominated by the backslash and, for example, T. So this means the tab character. If we just run that, we see that, well, now it ran quite well. We have data.txt here. It's also a data frame, and it should contain exactly the same information as the other data frame. So that was text files, but we also have an Excel file here. If we just open anyway, let's see. No, we could not open it there, but we can open the Excel file here, like so. And here you see that we have an Excel file with the same information as in the text file and the CSV file. Okay, so let's import it into, oops, we are not going there, but we are going to store this in data Excel, for example. It should be, for example, house data or something more descriptive, but in this case, we are just using data. PD to access the function, read Excel. And you see that the read function, well, you have a lot of reading capabilities in pandas. So it's just to try it out. So, and of course it's data house prices xlsx. Okay, so let's run that. It seems like it went well. We have down here data Excel, which is a data frame, 21 rows, 11 columns. And if we look at it in the data viewer, we can see that we have the same information as with the other data imports.